So Apple have been pretty busy recently with some awesome updates, and today's update is Clips, which I have to say is one of my absolute favorite tools on the iPad for being creative and looking at some of the features that have been updated in this release. I think it's just going to get even better. So let's jump in and take a look at what's new. So for a change, I'm actually in one of my videos. I don't usually like to appear in these, but here we go. Hi, everyone. And you'll see straight away, I'm on my iPad. I'm actually on an iPad Pro. I'll talk about some of the differences if you're not on the Pro model, because obviously some of the things differ because of the camera features on the front. But you'll notice straight away that in the iPad version, I now have this. One, I'm kind of full screen, and two, the control panels are over on this side, which they would be as normal, but actually now everything has changed, so I can record in landscape. I can also record in portrait, and if we start with this icon here, you'll see that we can change some of the aspect ratios. And just to highlight that the device actually knows when you've turned it around as well. So if I record one scene in landscape and one scene in portrait, it will automatically add that in. So I can go for 16:9, I can have it that standard 4:3, or I can go into the kind of traditional square shape as well. And what I think is really nice in this update is the fact that I've got this on the Magic Keyboard, I've got it as a stand, I can do this as a great recording of something if I'm doing a session for students in university. It just gives you a nice place to be able to do this kind of self-recording. So let's jump into some of the other changes. You'll notice the panel on the side, there's some slight changes now. The camera button is linked in with the change to use the reverse camera and also with the flash, so it's kind of more prominent, whereas before it just used to be the white button along the bottom here. We obviously still have our big red record button. We have our effects, and we're going to jump into those in a second, and we have our access to our pictures. So whereas before along the bottom here, it used to say, you know, the camera library, the posters, etc. That's kind of just now been positioned in this sidebar along the side here. So let's take a look at some of the effects, because what's great here is a different way of being able to access some of these things. So if I jump into the effect, you'll see that they're going to appear in the screen. So it's easy for me to now choose which effects I want to add in. Now this is where there's some slight differences if you're on an iPad Pro as opposed to being on a different version of the iPad or the iPad Air because of the camera. So there's two things in here which you'll get on certain devices but not all devices, depending on the front-facing camera and the ability to do the facial recognition. So I have my emojis, so I can turn on an emoji and I can be in the picture itself. And the second one is this one here, which is scenes, which gives you this kind of automatic backdrop, so green screen kind of built into it. This one perfect for this time of year with Halloween coming up, but these are all kind of really useful backgrounds that you can use. And I think with the bigger screen, what's nice here is that you can see more of that background, whereas before you pretty much took up a lot of the shot. Now you have all of that background. So there are a couple of things which are specific to the device you're on, but the other things are still in here for you to play with. So your filters are here, so we can easily just change around those filters, and lots of filters to choose from. We now have access to our live titles here, whereas before it used to be alongside the record button. Now it's part of the star elements that you can add in. So we have our live titles here. Again, we can see this, and what's nice is, you know, the little video of me, it's replicated each one of those videos, so I can see exactly what it's going to look like that I can choose for those live titles. And check out some of the ways that you can use this. How they're used hasn't changed in this update. We now have some new text to play with as well, some really nice colourful new stickers to add in as you scroll through. And something to also add here, if I just drop one of these stickers in, something else that I love on the iPad at the moment is the Scribble feature, and again we can add the text by writing on the screen itself. So now I can write on the screen and it's going to add that in the stickers for me. So really nice touch if you're just really quickly editing your movies and you've got the pencil at your hand and you want to just add in those nice elements. Next one along then is our ability to, about a second. Next one along then are our stickers. So lots of stickers in here. Again, some new ones, some of these nice kind of like neon gradient style stickers that you can choose from. And then finally your emojis, ones that people will be used to using an awful lot. And again, you'll start with your frequently used, but if you tap on them more, you'll see all of those other emojis that you can choose from. So some really, really nice touches there when it comes to creating. Now, if you're wondering where posters has gone, like I said before, we had the library, your camera and posters here. If you tap on the photos, it's going to give me my camera library. So it's going to just access all of those pictures I've got here, and then you'll see posters alongside it. So now I have these posters that I can choose from, and all your favorites are still there. They're all really, really useful to use. And again, what's nice in this update, because obviously these were always a square, if I jump into any one of these and add this as a poster, you'll see it's now formatted depending on the size of the screen I'm using. So if I change the aspect ratio, you'll see it's going to automatically adjust. So it's not going to look out of place if you change your aspect ratio of the video that you're creating. They're all formatted for you. It's not just stretched, it's actually, the design is very much the way you need it. There are some new soundtracks added in as well, so you can search through these and find the new soundtracks that you can add into your music. And again, check out some of the other videos for the information around the fact that they are very, very clever soundtracks, which will automatically pitch, change, fade out if you're talking over the top. Really, really useful. Obviously, once you've recorded your clips, they're going to appear down here as they usually do. So if I just tap on record, it's going to give me that nice animation through, and then that clip, the same as before, is going to appear down here. And then if I tap on the share icon, a couple of added features in here for that. If I tap on that share, it's going to give me some options up here. So this red highlighted section here, if I tap on that, I can choose how I want to export this feature. So again, I can choose if I want this in vertical or horizontal, choose whether I want that aspect ratio to be 16:9 or 4:3 or square, and whether I want to share this as a project or a finished video. Now, this is great in the classroom if you want students to kind of snowball an idea from one to the next, or the teacher wants to give that template that everyone's going to build on. So again, some really, really nice features there, just working on how you can really up how you use clips. Now, the other videos that I've created on how to use clips are still absolutely the way forward. I think there's some great ideas in there on how you can use it. I personally am looking forward to creating some really, really nice tutorials for my students because of remote teaching. I've got this nice new tool in order to put those together. So I'm thinking already the way I, put screenshots of a presentation in here and then add information over the top. I think, I've now got some really, really nice features to add into that and change the aspect ratio for my learners to look at. So there we go. What's new in clips? Take a look, download it now, leave some comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what people think of the update. I absolutely love it. And if you like this video, please